Good evening, everybody. Welcome to game number three between Georgia and Massachusetts. The venue tonight will be at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. The series is tied at one. Georgia was able to prevail in game two thanks to a game-winning home run by Ty Cobb, who pretty much ended the game with a solo blast of his own. Massachusetts won 1-0 on a stellar performance by Tim Keith. Today, in this afternoon's contest, you're going to have Candy Cummings face off against Kenny Rogers. As we took a look at starting lineups, Tony Phillips batting first, Jackie Robinson batting second, Todd Cobb, the hero in game two, batting third, Frank Thomas, the cleanup, Moise Alou batting fifth, Josh Gibson batting sixth, Marquise Grissom at seventh, at shortstop, Stephen Drew, Rogers pitching. Tom McCarthy in center field today, Pie Train at third base, Joe Kelly in left field, Jeff Bagwell first base and the cleanup man, Tony Conigliaro in right field, Mickey Cochran catching, Frank Grant at second, Leo DeRocher at short, and Candy Cummings, who is 14-10 this year, with a 3.03 ERA. Kenny Rogers, 11-12 with a concerning 4.94 ERA, but the postseason is a postseason. And enough with the intro. Let's get this game started. Be interesting to see how this game is going to be played out at Fenway Park, given the dimensions. It's always an interesting game, especially uh, a matchup with the pitchers. You always have to worry, though, about Kenny Rogers being a left-hander. Is he susceptible to right-handed hitting? And the Green Monster could play a significant role here. Tony Phillips, 1 for 6 in the series so far. And Candy Comes will go 1-2. A beautiful ballpark. It's a unique ballpark, Fenway is for sure. And they're playing the infield straight away. Here's the pitch. Line drive and a base hit to right. Lead off hit for Tony Phillips. And a good candidate to steal second. Mickey Cochran could throw the ball, though. And a good slide step might get him in second. So Tony Phillips has to be careful. Jackie Robinson, 1 for 7 this series so far. 3-2. He blasts it. Beautiful catch and left by Kelly to make the grab. And Phillips has to trot all the way back to first. What a beautiful grab there. But it was close to the wall. And once again, if that ball's hit high enough, it caroms off the wall, it could be trouble. Cobb, 3 for 10 with a home run and 2 RBIs. The 1-0 with one down. Ground ball to second, from the second for one to get the force out. So Cobb's out first on a fielder's choice. Still a good candidate for a steal. 0 for 6 for Frank Thomas with an RBI. That was because of a sacrifice fly. The 1-1 to Thomas. Throw to second, not in time, and Cobb has stolen a base. The 1-2 to Frank Thomas. Make it 3-2. Here's a drive to center. This will be played for Tommy McCarthy. That'll end the inning. Georgia comes up empty-handed as we go to the bottom of the first. Tommy McCarthy, 3 for 9 in the series, 2 RBIs. Kenny Rogers making his first postseason appearance in 2024. 204 innings, only 113 Ks, but there's a ground ball right to Rogers. He throws to first and gets the out. One thing about Kenny Rogers, though, good fielding pitcher, and he could defend his part of the field very well. Pie Trader, 2 for 10 this series with an RBI. The 2 out of him, good contact hitter. Ground ball base hit up the middle. Good contact. He's on at first with one down. Joe Kelly, 2 for 9 with an RBI. Hoping to maybe get his stroke back. Rogers, the 0-1. Ground ball to short, 6-4-4-3, double play. Inning over. Well executed by Drew to Robinson to Thomas. On to the top of the second. Boys say Lou, 1 for 9 with an RBI. First ball hitting. 28 homers on 101 RBIs this year for Lou. Here's a blast right at the wall. Kelly has it for the out. Josh Gibson, 5 for 8, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. On fire, the 0-1 pitch to him. Blasts it the other way. But once again, Kelly in front of the wall for the out. Grissom's 0 for 4 this series. And someone had to be replaced by Cameron due to struggles. Ground ball to third. Nice play by Trader, who fires it to first in a 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the second here, Bagwell, 2 for 9 with an RBI, then Canigliaro, then Cochran. Weak pop up. Frank Thomas is under this. There's a first out, so good pitch there by Rogers. Canigliaro's 1 for 7 with an RBI. First ball hitting, ground ball to second. Robinson throws to Thomas for the second out. So he's been able to jam a couple of batters here, and it's paid dividends for the gambler. Cochran is 3 for 10 this series. The 2-0 pitch. Drives it the other way. That'll be extra bases in the corner. On his way to second is Cochran. He's in there with a double. First time a ball's been hit there, and it drops. So they're trying to get Kelly to trying to get Ty Cobb to work there. Frank Grant is 1 for 5 with a solo home run. Ground ball to second. Robinson will throw to Thomas. That'll end the inning. And despite the double, nothing has happened. No damage done. 2 for 6 with an RBI for Stephen Drew. Then Rogers, and then the top of the order again. The 1-1 here. 5 homers, 6 RBIs for Drew. Ground ball to second. Grant will throw to Bagwell for the first out. Rogers, the 2-2. Nice fastball. Strike 3 call. There's second out. That's the first strikeout of the game. Phillips, one single to right his last time up. The 0-2 struck him out looking. Beautiful fastball to end it. To the bottom of the third now. DeRocher 3 for 8 in the series. Then Candy Cummings. Then McCarthy. Important for DeRocher just to get on and make Cummings at bat meaningful. Rogers is 2 innings and 2 hits. And so far pitched well, although he has not gone through the entire order yet. 0-1 for DeRocher. Ground ball right to the pitcher. Kenny Rogers, solid again. Makes a nice throw to first, but well played, though, to get the out. Here's the 2-1 to Cummings. Here's a drive to left. And a nice swing by Cummings, but it's still a second out. Top of the order, 0 for 1 today for Tommy McCarthy. There's a drive to center. This is high. This is deep. Gone. It's out of here. And it carries for a home run. McCarthy's first home run of the postseason. Just like that, a 1-0 lead for Massachusetts. That ball was well hit, and it did carry. And you're thinking, okay, maybe it'll go off the wall, and that would be a kind of trouble. But it just kept going higher and higher, and off it went into the night. So home run to give him a 1-0 lead. Here's Pie Trainer, who singled. Here's a 2-2. Ground ball to short. The Rocher. No, Drew to Thomas. That'll end the inning. But they pick up a run on a solo home run. And a 1-0 lead for Massachusetts through 3 innings. Well, top of the order now. Robinson, Cobb, and Thomas. Cummings has pitched fairly well so far, but here's the top of the order, and Usually the batters do much better in the second time around. Ground ball right to second, but Brahms just way too fast. There's an infield hit. A good candidate steal here is Robinson. Ty Cobb, 0 for 1 today, the 3-2. Ground ball to first. Robinson was on the move, so an unassisted play here by Bagwell for the first out. Frank Thomas 0 for 1 today. There's 3-2. Weak pop up to second. Frank Grant's under this. He's got it. There's a second out. Big, big out. A lose 0 for 1. 1 for 10 to serve is the 0-1. And that ball, that's a pass ball. And runner goes to third. The 1-1 to Alou. Lines it the other way, and this is going to be, that's going to drop in. There's a run. And Moise Alou has tied the game up with an RBI single. That's one thing we seem to notice here for some of these games. You see teams scoring, and then the team in the following just coming right back up and scoring right away. The 1-1 to Josh Gibson drives it to center, and it's going to be extra bases. This is a big time double, and I lose lucky and didn't get a chance to score, but a great throw by McCarthy to keep both runners where they are. Marquise Grissom 0 for 1. The 0-1 pitch to Grissom drives it the other, and a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and Marquise Grissom with a 2 run single. They've scored 3 runs in this inning. They've taken a 3-1 lead. Stephen Drew's 0 for 1. 2-0 to Drew. Drives it to center. There's a base hit. And the runner goes to third. Grissom with that great speed. He makes it to third easily. Rogers 0 for 1. The 2-2. And swung on a miss. On a fastball low and in. But they pick up 3 runs. And Georgia now has a 3-1 lead. Kenny Rogers looking to just keep pitching well here. They're going to face Joe Kelly. Ground ball to third. Phillips will fire to Thomas for the first out. Jeff Bagwell, 2 for 10. He's 0 for 1 this game. The 2-2. Drives it to right. This will be caught by Alou for the second out. So fastball tailing away and didn't get good wood on it. And there's a second out. Canigliaro is just 1 for 8 in this series. The 2-1 to Rogers. Drives it to center. This is going to be a base hit. So it looks like the player's keen on making contact here. Cochran, who doubled his last time off the 2-0. Ground ball right to Thomas. Unassisted play all in the inning. Massachusetts leaves a man on. At first, on to the 5th, with the top of the order, Phillips, Robinson, and Cobb. Cummings pitching his 5th inning of work. Phillips with a drive to center. This will be played by McCarthy for the first out. A hit by Robinson resulting in a run, and was on a 3 in an inning. Drives it the other way. This is going to be caught. No, it drops in for a hit. He one-hopped it, and Robinson's on for the second time. Robinson was able to run the last time. Cobb is 0 for 2. Ground ball to short. They go for the lead runner at second. 6-4 and a putout. Route number 2. Thomas 0 for 8 this series, 0 for 2 in this game. The 1-2. Swung on a miss on a curve, beautiful curveball. And down he goes for strike 3. Nothing doing there. Thomas and Lou really struggling. Maybe down the road to see Gibson move up in the order. But that's a move for another game. Grant, DeRocher, and then Cummings. Grant went for six in the series, 0 for 1 today. Ground ball to third. Phillips on to Thomas for the first out. DeRocher's 0 for 1. Weak pop up right to second base. Robinson gets it out number two. Cummings to get a second at bat. He really drilled one near the wall. Weak pop up and Bagwell. Nope. It'll give way to Robinson. That'll end the inning. 1-2-3 once more. To the top of the sixth for Georgia. They're up 3-1 as they're looking to sort of extend their lead here. Alou with a big hit to drive the run and followed by Grissom's big hit. Ground ball second. Grant to Bagwell for the first out. Well done. And Candy Cummings looking to keep his team in the game here. Josh Gibson, who doubled his last time up, is the 1-2. Ground ball to Bagwell, unassisted play. Here's a second out. Grissom, big hit to give his team the lead. The 0-2 drives it. It'll be caught by McCarthy. That'll end the inning. So a couple of hard hit balls, but nothing of substance. McCarthy, who homered for the game's for the Red Sox only run here, drives it the other way. That's going to go in the corner. That'll be extra bases. On his way to second, he's in it with a double. So the leadoff man's on. And here comes Trainer. .44 pitches here by Kenny Rogers, which is not considerable here. A 3-1, and I'm going to walk Pie Trainer. So tough. First and second, nobody out here. Rogers in a bit of a bind. Here is Joe Kelly to get out of funk here. And a double steal for McCarthy and Trainer. Second and third now, nobody out. 2-0 pitch. Make it 3-2. Drives it the other way. Deep. And I'll be extra bases. Kelly will wind up at third with a triple. And he's tied the game. And a big drive, a two-run triple. And this game's tied at 3. And this is just what the doctor ordered. And it's a bit of a, you sort of knew that Rogers was in trouble here once he gave up that walk. Um, see what happens here is still nobody out. Bagwell looking to just push the runner home here. They're going to walk him intentionally. Canigliaro. There's a drive to left, and that's going to be a sacrifice fly. Yeah, that's going to score a run. Conigliaro, sac fly RBI. Joe Kelly scores to make it 4-3. Runner first, one down now. Mickey Cochran, the 1-1. Drives there's a base hit, slaps it to right. First and third. Great running here by Bagwell. First and third, one down. Here's Grant. 0 for 2. The 1-2. Ground ball to second. On second for one. On our first double play, inning over. But the damage is done as they play 3. As they head to the top of the 7th, and Georgia's down by a run. So Candy Cummings now is Drew. Maybe Rogers going to be taken out here. The 1-2. Line drive on a base up the middle. Now, are they going to get Rogers to bunt or are they going to get a pinch hitter? And a pinch hitter it'll be. So Kenny Rogers' line is 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and a home run. Let's take a look and see what Cal Daniels is going to do against Candy Cummings. First ball hitting, blasts it the other way, and it is caught for the out. Bill Terry to come in and pinch hit for Tony Phillips. 2 other pinch hit appearances. He's 0 for 1 in each moment here. The 3-2. Ground ball second. They'll go to first. They'll pick up the out. Runner moves over to second. And Willie Green a great chance here to come on over. Yeah, Tony Phillips. So Tony Phillips 1 for 3. Strikeouts. Um, the 0-2. Ground ball to first. Bagwell will throw to pitcher Cummings. That'll end the inning. And the side is retired. A new pitcher to come on in. Jonathan Broxton. Broxton has pitched in both games. This is his 3rd appearance. First game, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. In the second game, 1 inning, 1 strikeout, and got a hold with Will Smith blowing the saves, even though Chris Hammond wound up winning the game in extras, more than not. Paul Sorrento to replace Leo DeRocher. Sorrento 0 for 2 so far. Look at DeRocher, 0 for 2. And here's Paul Sorrento, maybe an opportunity or maybe to see Candy Cummings removed from the game. The 1-2. Fastball pitcher, fastball hitter. Swung on and miss. Good split finger, though, to get him out. Candy Cummings to keep on hitting here, the 0-1. On ball third, Willie Green picks up five. The first got him. Nice play there by Willie Green. There's Tommy McCarthy. Drives it. There's a base hit. Home run. A double and a single. Pie Trainer went for two at a walk. The 0-1. Throw to second. They got him. Caught stealing. That'll end the inning. A little overzealous in the trying to steal here. And on to the top of the eighth here. Cummings, 7 innings, 8 eighths, 3 runs, no walks, and 4 Ks. Got Ty Cobb was 0 for 3 today. One swing can change things here. The 1-2. Line drive, there's a base hit. Leadoff single for Cobb. Frank Thomas is 0 for 3. The 2-1. Weak ground ball. I'll go to second to get him. They get the lead runner. There's one down. Alou, 1 for 3 with an RBI. The 3-2. Swung on and missed on a curveball. Strike 3. Gibson 1 for 3 with a double. The 1-1. Ground ball at the third. Fires the first inning over. Cummings, a stellar job again. Trainer, Kelly, and Bagwell. And Broxton pitched a clean inning. Here comes Todd Jones. So Broxton, 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeouts. Pretty much clean here. They got Trainer 1 for 2. He's not leading off. Todd Jones so far has pitched 2 innings, a clean inning in the first game, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and a hold in game number 2. 7-1 with 3.27 ERA in the course of the regular season. Let's see what he does here. Oh, he hits him. So Trainer gets on a hit by pitch. Kelly's triple really changed everything. It was a 1-2. Can he hit him? Drives it the other way. That's going to be extra bases. And it's a double. That was a big blast there. They could really extend their lead here. Like they might decide to walk Bagwell below the bases for Canigliaro. And that's what they do. Canigliaro's 1 for 2 and an RBI on a sacrifice fly, but is also prone to striking out here. A pitch to Canigliaro. Line drive and a base hit up the middle. 1 run scores. 2 runs are going to score. Canigliaro goes to second on a throw, and it's 6-3. Massachusetts. Six three. Another walk here. And Jones is being hit around here. Nobody out still. Frank Grant to come on in. Line drive and a base hit. 1 run scores. And they've just opened the floodgates here. Bases loaded. Still nobody out. It's 7-3. And Tony C is second sacrifice fly of the series. Well, bases loaded, nobody out again. Here's Greg Gagne. A 1-1. Weak pop up to Frank Thomas as a big out. Billy Canigliaro to come in and pinch hit. Had a game played on defense. This game came up pinching the second down, base loaded one down. A 1-1. He drilled it, and Billy Canigliaro a big 3-run double and make it 10-3. And they're just pouring it on at this point. Well, here comes Tommy McCarthy, a 1-1, and a wild pitch to scoring Billy C. And boy, this is a drubbing. Matt Capps coming in and came in here. Boy, he just blistered it. And he's in there with a double. Boy, they're really putting a spanking to these guys now. Um, 6 runs have come in to score. Is it 7? 7 runs have come in to score. Pie Trainer come on in here, the 0-2. Now ball the first. Thomas will step on the bag for the second out. And probably goes to third. Kelly is 2 for 4, is running 2 runs. The 1-2 to Caps. Drills it the other way. There's another run scores. And a double by Kelly. Drives at the center. This is going to be playable. And finally, this inning's over. My goodness, 8 runs on 6 hits. An absolute explosion as they score 12. And boy, talk about a deflating way to lose. I mean, you score 3 runs, it's 4-3 in the later innings, and you just give up 8. Um, Not a positive sign. Oh, Candy Cummings pitched well enough to win. And well, let's see if the Georgia offense could do something. They got Cishek. Drives it to right. This will be good for Canigliaro. There's a first out. Stephen Drew's 2 for 3 today. And caught lucky on a slider. Beautiful pitch for the strikeout. Willie Green to come on in. The 1-2. Drives at the center. This is drilled. right at McCarthy to end the ball game. And Georgia, Massachusetts wins 12 to 3. The final outcome, 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 12 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Candy Cummings 1-0, Kenny Rogers 0-1. And Massachusetts, with a big win here, have now taken a 2-1 series lead and have a chance to sort of end the series in game 4. So the final score is 12 to 3 for Massachusetts over Georgia. Winning pitcher Candy Cummings. Kenny Rogers picks up the loss. Candy comes 8 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. No walks, 5 strikeouts. Steve Cishek, a clean ninth inning for the win. What a strikeout. And boy, that's a tough loss there for Kenny Rogers. Broxton pitched very well, and then Todd Jones was just literally blitzed after having pitched 2 solid innings in his first 2 outings, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. And then Matt Capps was not any better in his 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits and 1 earned run. Yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen next game because they're facing elimination here, and hopefully Georgia can sort of get their act together as they head over for the next ball game in game 4. So on behalf of the WBA, an interesting game, was close, and then things just fell apart in the bottom of the 8th. But the Red Sox prevailed 12 to 3, have taken a 2-1 series lead, and are 1 game from moving on. Georgia is going to have to fight for dear life if they're going to even make it to game 5. So on behalf of the WA network, I wish everybody a very nice evening. See you next time and take care.